Good afternoon vlog. It is a little after noon right now. I was lazy this morning, just laying in bed watching YouTube and TikTok. I also didn't take my pills until like 11:45, but I got them in my system, so rest assured. I was wearing one of Beeb's hoodies this morning when I took Miss Indy outside to go potty. But I was getting a little bit hot, so I changed into this like hunter orange Under Armour shirt that Beebs has. This is my favorite one of his shirts that I always steal. So I'm just hanging his hoodie back up. You guys know it's been a goal of mine to keep our closet somewhat clean. So far we've been doing a pretty good job. So I'm gonna hang this back up. So yeah, I've been doing some cleaning, mostly out in the living room and the kitchen. This afternoon, I opened the bedroom window, and I also have the balcony door open. I tend to turn the heat off during the day and just turn it on the fan because I don't want to waste heat that we're paying for. But I've wiped down the counters in the kitchen, the bar, and all the rest of the counters, as well as the stovetop. As you can see, I have the hand soap over here because I was wiping down this area. But I also did the stovetop, like I said. We do need to get like stovetop polish to get all this gunk that will not come off with the cleaner. But that just hasn't been a priority recently. So stovetop is clean. You guys know, typically when I clean the counters in the bathroom and the kitchen, I use Fabuloso and I just dilute it hella with water. This is amazing. I put more water than cleaner, like probably 10 times more water than I do cleaner, because you will gas yourself out with this. So I did that, and now I'm gonna work on the dishes, and then I plan on sweeping and mopping the floor in both the kitchen and the living room because it definitely needs it, and I always want an excuse to use my O-Cedar mop that we got. I believe I showed that in a previous vlog, but it's that guy over there. O-Cedars have been my favorite forever, so I'm planning on using that. But as you can see, all of them dirty dishes need to be done. I have to text Beebs and ask him what the status is on the dishwasher. I try to check myself before I bug him about it, but these look clean, so I'm just gonna unload them. I just like to do productive shit while Beebs is at work. Since I'm not working, I feel like it's my responsibility to make sure he comes home to a clean home. So yeah, I'm gonna get started. I'm gonna bust down on these dishes, and then when I'm done, I will come back. But before I start on that, I have another thing to mention. You guys know I vlogged yesterday morning before my doctor's appointment with my primary care, and I mentioned a possible referral. So he did refer me to a psychiatrist. And then they gave me, after I scheduled the appointment, they gave me a behavioral health packet to fill out. I can show you guys because it doesn't have like my doctor's office info on it, but I'm not going to show you up close, but I did fill that out. It says to just take it back during like normal clinic hours, so I'm probably going to do that either today before Beebs gets home or tomorrow while he's at work. I don't know how long it'll take me to get all the cleaning in this place done that I need to do, so maybe that'll happen today, maybe it'll be tomorrow. I just want the psychiatrist that I'm seeing to have plenty of time to like get to know me and my concerns and like what I'm there seeing him for. So yeah, that's that. Quick OOTD. I have these shorts on that I got literally a lifetime ago at Target. I love these. I feel like they make my booty thing look so good. Like so good. Love that for me. But I love these. I don't really use the drawstring. It's just like too short to even tie in like a bow. So yeah, outfit. And then Beeb's shirt, like I mentioned, with just a white sports bra. It's racerback. I love it. I don't wear bougie bras. Like, it's so not my thing. I'm not gonna pay $40 for a bra unless it's like the line that I mentioned yesterday that I love from VS. But yeah, let's get started on these damn dishes. Of course, there's some bullshit in the way. Problem solved. Alright, so I'm done with the dishes. I cleaned out the sink and started the dishwasher. Already looks so much better in here. Dishes are so important to a clean kitchen. I was looking for Ruby. I couldn't find her anywhere. I kept calling her name. Like, I was whistling for her, checked out on the balcony, on our bedroom, like on our bed. And finally I was like, where the fuck did Ruby go? And I found her in our closet. So apparently I didn't see her when I hung up Beeb's hoodie and I accidentally shut her in there. But I freed the critter, so they are just wandering around while I do what I need to do. I am gonna do a little bit of work in the bathroom as well. So I'm pretty much done as far as like the counter and the sink and all that in the kitchen. Stovetop. Now I'm going to sweep and mop. You can't really tell, like it doesn't look too bad at this point, but I do want to just get it swept up because Indy does this all day when there's like shit all over the floor. She eats anything and everything and then she throws up. And I'm also tired of walking on the floor and getting like crumbs and shit all over the bottom of my feet. And I don't like when my feet get brown and like black from walking on this damn floor. So I'm gonna snatch the broom and get going on this floor. We keep our broom and dustpan in the coat closet, I guess you can call it. My mom on the wall, I love her. I'm putting these dogs away while I sweep and mop because it's just easier. Not only will they traipse through my piles that I create when I sweep, but they'll walk on the clean floor and ruin it. So they will be in there until I'm done with both sweeping and mopping and the floor is dry, which usually I leave the balcony door open because it makes the floor dry a lot faster when I mop. Okay, so I'm just working on the kitchen, but I wanted to mention something that I was thinking about while sweeping over there by where the leashes hang. Ruby does this really weird thing every time she comes in from going potty. Usually Beebs takes her, but I try to take them like when I can. I can't take both of them at a time like he does. It's just too much. I will get very frustrated. Anyway, every time she comes in from going potty, she will lick like the metal clasp on her leash. Like this part right here. And it just clanks against the wall and I'm like, Ruby, quit. She's a funny critter. We love her. I am sweating like a hog. In the video that my sister's gonna upload, she's editing it, that we filmed yesterday. You guys saw the vlog about that. We say the term, I'm sweating like a hog, and I'm sweating like a whore in church a lot. Now my next task is picking up all these damn dog toys. This is the SpongeBob that I gave Indy like not even 2 weeks ago, and she has absolutely destroyed it. But she loved it and it gave her something to do. So before we got our O-Cedar, we were using a Swiffer. No hate against Swiffers, but they just don't do the same stuff that an O-Cedar will do. I also started a load of laundry because I'm trying to keep on top of our ridiculous amounts of clothing. And somehow, like, every time we fold and hang up laundry, I have like 100+ things to fold and put away. Like, how many times do I change my clothes? I regret that. I went balls to the wall. And I was like, I'm not gonna pussy out and like not mop in certain areas that I'm too lazy to move shit. But I ended up hulking all the bar stools over to the couch and then put that one in the hallway because it wouldn't fit. All because I need to sweep the living room. I might move like the dog basket where we keep all their shit in that banana chair, but other than that, I'm gonna leave everything where it is. And I'm definitely not moving that giant ass, broken ass TV. Beebs has had that TV for years, and somehow it broke when we moved in. We like to blame it on Frank. So thank you, Frank. Oh, I'm sweating. Time check, 1:25. I'm making good time. I think I became a professional cleaner overnight with the work we did in my sister's house yesterday. You guys will see that eventually when she gets it edited and up. Okay, next task of the day. I need to fill up the mop bucket. I don't really want to shut the balcony door because I'm sweating my ass off, but it looks like I'm gonna have to, which is unfortunate. Obviously, once I'm done in that corner, I'll open it back up, but we're gonna do the mop bucket. And I usually just put it in the sink, but since I just cleaned the sink, I'm gonna do it in the bathtub today. I'd much rather do it in here and then just scrub out the bathtub than do it where we put the dishes that we eat out of. I'm gonna actually move this while the water heats up. Very, very hot water. And then very quickly, before that overflows and gets way too full, I'm gonna grab my fave cleaner. Not sponsored. So when I said dilute it hella, I'm gonna show you literally how much of this I use. Like that. And that will literally make your whole house smell good for like 2 weeks. So it took me all of my effort to move the mop bucket. I am panting like a pig. I ended up filling it like way too full, so it was in like the spin part where you dry the mop off. So I did have to dump a little bit out. But it's okay, I'm just a girl. I love O-Cedar. I will promote these mops until I die. You ready for the most satisfying part? Oh my god, I love it. I'm not gonna bother moving the dog bowls because I'm too fucking lazy. Fun random fact for this vlog, I actually became a pro at mopping when I worked at literally my favorite job I've ever had. I worked at a resort, and somehow I always got put on mopping duty. So basically a pro, hire me. Still sweating like a hog. Okay, I'm done mopping. I opened the door again. I'm gonna wait till the floor dries to put the bar stools back and let the dogs out, obviously. And I'm also gonna wait to empty that heavy ass mop bucket. But I'm not gonna go into the bedroom to wait for it to dry until I have a tall glass of ice water. I'm so parched right now, it's not even funny. Something about ice water is just so sexy. I just love it. And I literally put the glacier that sunk the Titanic in my cup. And I've told you guys before in previous vlogs that I drink my cold beverages with a straw every time because I have the world's most sensitive teeth. Taking my cold water back to my fucking bed for 20-ish minutes while the floor dries. Beebs better wife me up after that shit. I'm sweating my fucking ass off. But I am glad that I have, oh my god, this snowflake shadow on my shirt. That's so cute. Anyway, I'm sweating my ass off after all of that. It's needed to be done for like a couple weeks now. We try to mop like as often as we can and sweep, obviously. But sometimes we slack. We're busy most of the time. But yeah, I'm doing it today because I'm just tired of the gross floor. So Beebs has been mentioning that we need to move the couch and do underneath there. I believe I told you guys about last time we moved the couch, how fucking disgusting it was. I wasn't paying attention and my camera fell. Love that. Ow, my brain. So, to make it fucking cute as fuck and like smell good in here because it's nice and clean, I'm gonna light my candle. You guys saw that Beebs gave me, or he got me this candle at Walmart when I wasn't feeling good. I decided to shut the bedroom window because I do have a candle burning. And why would I light a candle if it's just gonna suck all the smell away? All right, bedroom overview. As you can see, we've been very good about keeping it clean. And I have my cute little candle in the window. Now I'm gonna lay my ass down for a few minutes and wait for the floor to dry, like I keep saying. I literally love water. I am gonna like leave the bedroom window shut while my candle's burning because I feel like with the balcony door open, it'll get cool in here if I leave the bedroom door open as well. So yeah, that's the plan. I just noticed that there's literally a pair of dirty underwear over there, so sorry about that. Back at it with the water. I really do need to drink more water. It's kind of an ish. Oh, I'm sweating like a hog still. I also want to call out my love, the love of my life, my soulmate, for just a minute. At like before the beginning of this year, he told me, he was like, oh baby, we need to write down our goals. Like, I'll do it with you. Like, let's sit down and write them out. So I did. That is literal proof. And guess who still hasn't done his? That motherfucker. So I'm literally gonna like be a savage until he does it. You ain't gonna tell me to do shit if you're not gonna do it, bitch. I'm obviously just kidding. I fucking love him. All right, update. The floor is basically dry. So I'm gonna move the bar stools back where they belong and empty the mop bucket. Okay, I believe I mentioned this in previous videos, but we leave the mop and the mop bucket when we're done out on the balcony to dry because we don't want it to get all gross and mildewy. Oh, I'm so glad I'm done with that. And time check, 1:44. I actually made hella good time doing that. Feel a lot better. And I think today I'm gonna vacuum the bedroom, and I also need to clean up the reptile room. I'm not gonna show you inside of the closet because it's absolutely fucking disgusting, but it's just like a fucking collect-all, like the door won't even shut. But I do need to take care of this disaster. Obviously Beeb's amps can stay there and like his guitar stand. We are getting rid of this. That is a kennel divider from when we got Indy's kennel. Obviously probably gonna wash those two. This lamb I got when I was like literally like 3 or 4 years old from my great grandma. So yeah, I'm gonna pick up all the bullshit. I actually was a little bit late turning on their lights. I didn't turn them on until like noon, so I'm gonna have to leave them on until midnight. Love that for me. But I'm not gonna neglect my precious baby critters, so I will do anything for them, even if that means sacrificing my sleep. I want to get curtains for the windows because they're so fucking big and they make this place hot, especially when it's warm during the winter. Anyway, I just don't want to put more holes in the wall that we have to cover up when we move out of here. Bays, let's get fucking started on this bitch. I'm making the closet even more of a collectible. I have tape to put in here, and all of our like gift bags and wrapping paper are in here too, so I'm gonna throw these on the shelf as well. I'm just gonna set this giant kennel divider that we're literally never gonna use. You guys know Ruby and Indy have their own kennels, so we don't need it. I'm just gonna set it by the trash because this trash needs to go out anyway, and so does the bathroom trash. So we're gonna be down to the dumpster anyway. I'm gonna take these big ass bitches into the laundry room to be washed. So this load is done, but I will do that in a minute. Found another fucking thing of Christmas tags. Where the hell do they keep coming from? My seminary diploma with my debate letter award in it. Love that. I do want to display this somewhere in the bedroom, but I'm not exactly sure where. For now, it's just gonna go in the windowsill. I don't know if it would be possible to get a frame for that guy. I do want to frame my actual like high school diploma. I just haven't done that yet. Frame has definitely not been on our list of priorities. Oh my god, why is the closet like cooler than the whole apartment? That's insane. Probably because the door's shut and it's dark as fuck in here. I might hang out in here when I'm done. It's fucking cool as fuck in this bitch. I did throw, I don't know if you guys have seen the like crocheted flag blanket that's been in the living room. That was actually my mom's. Growing up, that was always on the back of our couch. So obviously it was like one of the first things I took because it's like a vivid memory of my childhood. My mom loved that blanket. I don't know if she made it or if she like won it or bought it somewhere, but I love that. Anyway, I threw it in the laundry because it has Indy's hair all over it like everything else in this place. And then I'm gonna fold it when it comes out of the dryer and put it with the rest of our blankets, just because if that blanket got chewed up from the little shithead we call Indy, I would be pissed and also very heartbroken. I just found my e.l.f. Halo Glow lip gloss. My sister and I did that trend, and then literally like a week and a half later I went back to Target and bought the like e.l.f. Halo Glow foundation itself because we wasted a whole thing of it to make that. But we did try it before we made the lip gloss, and we both loved it, and that is the reason I went back and got it. WTF, why are these like in here? I think it's from when I used to smoke and I couldn't find a lighter. I haven't answered Beebs in like a couple of hours. He probably thinks I literally died again. And if you don't like me making dark jokes about dying, it's my fucking story. I did die 3 times after I had my heart attack. So if I want to joke about it, I fucking can. So I think I mentioned in a previous vlog, I'm just opening the window, so sorry about that. Like I was saying, I believe I mentioned in a previous vlog that I wanted to vacuum in here, but I wasn't sure if that would disturb the reptiles or like fuck with them in any way. But my sister vacuums in her reptile room like all the time, and she has reptiles pretty close to the floor anyway, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. So I am gonna vacuum because this room, I don't think this room has been vacuumed more than once. Probably not even that, honestly, like since we moved in. I also found tape. We're constantly looking for tape, so that'll be nice to have. I'm not even going to show you the junk drawer because it's embarrassing. That is going in there. Someone should hire me as a maid. I'm actually like kicking ass at this shit. Love that for me. So I believe I showed you the top part of Noodle's enclosure was melted, so it just came off. I did cover that with clear tape because he can't get up there anyway, so it's not going to hurt him at all. That being said, there's no point in keeping this, so going in the trash. Literally RIP. I am actually gonna need another shower. This is kind of ridiculous. I'm complaining like I didn't fucking make the mess. Like I need to shut up. So another task that I need to complete for the day is filling out my spray bottle that I messed with. So I'm actually gonna set that, oh my god, the angle, I hate that. I'm gonna set this out on the counter with the Rep2Safe, so I remember to do that. Look at me being productive, love that. So that cord is actually like built in to Ghost's enclosure. I don't exactly remember what it's for. I think it's the thermometer, but when we bought him, I vaguely remember when my sister got him for me, I vaguely remember the chick that we got him from telling us that that thermometer doesn't really work, so it's just there. Oh my god, I found an ancient relic. I made this in wood shop in middle school. It's a tic-tac-toe board, and then you open this top part and it holds the pieces like that. It's pretty cool. All of my pieces are lost because I'm irresponsible. And I made that literally probably like 20 years ago. I'm being dramatic, obviously, but it definitely was back in time. Why it's on the floor in that room, I have absolutely no fucking idea. So I'm gonna throw the Lammy Man that I mentioned in here on like the very top shelf because the bed is obviously not made right now. So there's no purpose of putting that guy on the bed. But I will keep him forever. He's a relic. I've heard the story. Obviously I don't remember because I was too young, but apparently I was in like the upstairs area of my great-grandma's house. I loved her house. It was like a maze. There's a whole story behind that. But I was up in the attic upstairs area and I saw that lamb, and apparently I went to my great-grandma and I told her I loved the lamb, and she asked me if I wanted it, and my obsessed literal baby self wanted it, so I took it, and that is a very special memory for me. I found these like old craft, I forgot what these are called, but they're like buttons, and then the other, you can see them. These were my mom's, so I'm gonna put these somewhere. I have a little craft like art supplies box in the closet, so I'm gonna throw that in there. This shirt was on the floor in the reptile room. I'm not sure if it's clean or dirty, so I'm just gonna throw it in the dirty clothes. I know a lot of people fucking hate whistling, but I don't give a fuck. Alright, floor is picked up. All my bullshit is up off the floor. There is a couple of things that will fuck up the vacuum, so I'm just gonna pick those up. And then the reptile box is gonna stay on the bed until I'm done vacuuming. I'm also gonna move those boxes literally from when we moved into the closet. And if Beebs wants to get rid of them, that is up to him. I'm gonna do this bullshit real quick because I know that I'll close the reptile box and shut that door and totally forget to do this. So I'm gonna be productive and do it now. You guys have seen me do this like 1,000 times, so I'm not gonna explain it yet again. Full spray bottle. Now I'm gonna add my wonderful Rep2Safe. Put the lid back on this bitch. And take this back into the room. I love that I'm being like a productive little wifey bitch. I really love that for me. Now for these giant fucking eyesores. I found a old Gushers wrapper. These were the Wednesday Gushers. I'm not sure if they were limited edition, but they were fire. So that should go in the trash. I have no idea how long that's been in there, by the way. But I didn't film putting the boxes away because they're just fucking awkward. But all clean. I'm not gonna move Michael and Elvis because Michael's fragile. I don't know if you guys know, but I had to reinforce him with tape. My mom got me this precious relic, so never getting rid of it, but he was falling apart, so I reinforced like the creases with tape. And Elvis was a surprise from my Grandma Luann, who I mentioned the other day. She had him upstairs like in the packaging, and her nice thing was like watching Elvis shows together. She loved Elvis as well, so she was like, do you want this cardboard cutout that I have of him? And I was like, yes, Grandma. Like, what kind of fucking question is that? Anyway, let's get to the fucking point and vacuum this bitch. Okay, reptile room is clean. So floor is vacuumed. I just kind of like went around all Beebs' stuff. I tried to make it as quick as possible in this area for these critters' sake. Obviously over there is vacuumed as well. The closet door can stay open. I'm not even gonna fucking worry about it. And then all clean. And then obviously I'm just gonna put this back where I usually keep it. And now this room is all done. That literally felt so good. I'm so proud of myself. I am gonna let the dogs out, by the way. So I would light a candle in that room, but from what I've heard, it's not very good for the reptiles. So I'm not gonna put them in any, like, in harm's way by lighting a candle in there. I think I can sacrifice it smelling good for the critters that I love. So I just discovered a really bad smell in our bedroom. I don't know what the fuck it is, but I'm not enjoying it. I think it might be coming from outside, hopefully, because if that's coming from inside of this apartment, we're gonna have an issue. Okay, I lit the candle on the stove. I am just gonna shut the door and turn on the AC for a little bit because I think the odd smell is coming from outside. So I'm just gonna shut that. At first I was worried that one of the dogs threw up, but definitely not the case. So I totally spaced that I needed to vacuum the bedroom as well before I put the vacuum away, but that don't matter because the floor is not looking too horribly bad right now. So I'm gonna wait on that. And my last task, as far as I can remember for today, is switching out the laundry. All right, I'm gonna put everything back where it needs to go to start with. I am gonna wash all this stuff today as well so I can remake the bed in there. You guys can see that blanket I was talking about. So I washed the caps of the fabric softener and the detergent with the laundry, just so they're not all sticky and gross. Oh my god, I literally want to die. I have to do laundry too because there's a load of clean clothes already in the dryer. So I'm going to transfer those to the clean laundry basket and dump them on the bed so I can do that after this. Okay, I got all of the clean laundry out of the dryer, and then while I'm still in here, I'm just going to move what's in the washer to the dryer, and then I'll take that into the bedroom and start on that. I just don't want to run back and forth like a chicken with my head cut off. I still can't figure out where that rancid smell is coming from, but it's kind of concerning. Okay, quick plug for y'all. This fabric softener smells so fucking good. Definitely recommend. Also, obviously not sponsored, but I love it. And then we use laundry sanitizer too, especially for like stuff that the dogs have peed on, like when Ruby or Indy has accidents. Ruby especially, because she has a blanket in her kennel. But I try to use sanitizer for all of it. Here is cap number 1. That's the fabric softener, and cap number 2. So I'm obviously gonna put the lid back on this so we don't have a spill from hell. And then we have the like spout laundry detergent, so we just keep the cups up there. Okay, now I'm gonna move this laundry into the bedroom and start the dryer. Very important step, y'all. Clean out your lint filter. That will cause a fire, and I doubt that you want to start your laundry and leave the house and come home to a literal pile of ashes. Like, I used to think my dad or my mom were being dramatic when they would say, like, clean out the fucking lint filter, you're gonna start a fire. But they fucking meant it. Like, dryers will fucking burn your house down. Especially if the filter is covered in this bullshit. By the way, this is a whole bag of lint. That's fucking disgusting. Close that bitch. I usually put it on more dry. Casuals. Start. And then I'm a literal psychopath, and I just kind of and put this back in the laundry room. I love how this turned into a cleaning vlog. I didn't intend for it to be that way, but that's what it turned out to be, so slay, I guess. Okay, before I start unfolding the laundry, I'm gonna throw all of this shit into the washer and start that. And by the way, all of this shit, that's like my heated blanket that we have to take the cord off of and wash it. My grandpa gave me that. And then these are the sheets for the rooftop tent. So I might fold all of that and put it in the spare room closet with all the other bullshit. Okay, I put everything in the washer. I usually fill the laundry detergent cap up to like the 3 level. Throw throw that bitch in there. Do the fabric softener. I just fill it up to like the little line on the side. Dump that shit in there. Also throw this in the washer. Put it back on the shelf so it doesn't spill. And then I add the laundry sanitizer. I don't even know if you guys could actually hear me because of you guys were on the dryer. So if you couldn't hear me, I apologize. But we use the lavender sanitizer at the moment. This is the only cap that I don't throw in the washer. I just don't feel the need to. But ours takes 2 capfuls in the center of the washing machine. So dump that hoe in there. And we're gonna start this bitch. Our apartment came with washers and dryers, which I'm so happy about, so we didn't have to buy expensive ass washer and dryers. Precise fill, I usually do, I'm gonna do medium on this, and I always do cold. I'm probably gonna have an hour of footage this vlog, but I'm kind of living for that. So I like to separate the laundry into like Beeb's stuff, my stuff, linens, underwear and bras, and then Beeb's boxers. And obviously I separate like shirts and pants as well, just so I'm not making myself overwhelmed when it comes time to hang everything up and put everything away. It's already like separated into categories. So I quickly separated everything. I have like my shirts, Beeb's pants, Beeb's shirts, linens, my pants and shorts, all of my intimates, and then Beeb's socks over there. And now I'm obviously just gonna start folding everything and hanging shit up, matching socks, and then obviously putting shit away. So I started with Beeb's stuff. He literally only had 3 pairs of pants and 1 pair of boxers and 3 shirts, and then all of his socks. And I have like so much bullshit. So right now I'm just matching all of Beeb's socks. I've learned through being with him for almost a year, like where he likes shit. So the socks that don't have matches, I usually just set on top of his dresser. But today I'm gonna put them inside his sock drawer because I cleaned this fucking disgusting dresser and I told him that it's gonna stay that way. So there's only 1 sock that doesn't have a match. I'm assuming the other one is in the dryer or in the washer at the moment. So I'm just gonna throw that in there and obviously put his boxers away too. I'm just gonna put his pants away and then I'm gonna start on all of my shit. In my defense, I just wanted to mention real quick, Beebs only has like 3 or 4 dirty clothes every time we do laundry because literally all week, like Monday through Friday, he's in a work uniform. So he really only wears like his everyday clothes on the weekend. Obviously he dirties like boxers and socks, but that's about it. Okay, for my stuff, Beeb's stuff is all put away now. I like to hang everything last, including Beeb's shirts. So I'm gonna do separating my intimates, and then I'm gonna do the linens, and then I'll do my pants and shirts. I ended up having to spray Febreze because I cannot deal with that rank ass fucking fart ass smell that's in here somehow. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting a little bit enraged. I'm gonna take these to the closet. I'm literally fast as fuck. I love being a housewife. I love how I put those in there and then pause so they didn't fucking avalanche. I believe I told you guys the other day that I organized my dresser, like all of it. So what I did was bra and underwear in one drawer and then socks in the other. These 3 don't have matches. I'm assuming I'll find these when I finish the laundry. But I mentioned, I believe in yesterday's vlog, my favorite bras. This is what they look like. They don't have the underwire. I'm not sure, like, at all what they're called. Yeah, Victoria's Secret. I got this one, a plain white ribbed one, and then a like gray one with the cute little Victoria's Secret hardware in the middle. So I love those. Okay, I did my intimates, put them away, and also my shorts and pants that I had. Last step is hanging up all of this. We don't really have much, so I'm not complaining, which is a lot different from every other load. We usually have like a ton of shit and we get super overwhelmed, but this time is not bad at all. I'm gonna grab hangers. I probably will vacuum the bedroom and the closet after this. We'll see how I'm feeling, but I'm gonna grab a few hangers. And like I said, we don't have much, so I probably won't use all of these. Holy shit, I'm sweating like a whore in church. So I only had like 7 shirts to hang up, so that wasn't bad at all. I feel really good now that I'm done with the laundry. I'm glad we're staying on top of it. And that smell is still very apparent. I don't know what it is, but it's really bugging me. Okay, I'm gonna take a little break and then I'll probably pull out the vacuum again and vacuum this room. But for now, we're gonna take a break. I command that smell to go away. Like, I'm literally gonna lose it. I also found a pair of dirty underwear that I mentioned earlier that I totally forgot about. So I'm gonna throw those in the laundry room. All done with the laundry. Now I just need to vacuum this bitch. I'm also gonna put that dog bone in the dog basket. And speaking of the dogs, I need to let them out. I literally said I was gonna do that almost 2 hours ago and I never did. I pick up these shits literally like 17 times a day, so goodbye and good riddance. Ow! Be free. Okay, time check. It is 2:34 p.m. Beeb should be on his way home either like in the next half hour or like in the next hour or so. He's really off at different times every day. It just depends on what he's doing during the day. But yeah, I feel really, really accomplished. It feels good to have a clean place. And I'm just gonna do a couple more things that I need to do around here for the day. Like put these purses away. I have to give the dogs water and feed them. I have an audience. Now I'm kind of scared to lock one of the puppos in the closet again. Ruby was literally like nowhere to be found for like an hour and I was like, where is she? She was locked in the closet. I'm sorry, Ruby. You didn't fucking deserve that. You poor thing. Okay, I'm gonna get the dogs water real quick and then feed them. And that will probably be the end of this video. I've been filming for probably like 4 hours now. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. So I do have like, right now I have 43, almost 45 minutes of footage. So if you guys can see the mystic smoke, that is my diffuser behind y'all. So I'm gonna do this. Oh God, that's heavy. Nice cold water for this thirsty bitch. Love that for her. Indy's coming over to get in there too. I wrote Beebs a little note and I'm gonna leave this door open so the diffuser can take away that pungent odor. Either my senses are just on point or I'm pregnant or some shit. I'm obviously joking. I am on birth control. Thirsty doggos. So they've already gotten out the toy and the bone, but I'm done with the floor, so I'm not worried about it. So I'm gonna do my second misting of the day now, actually. Normally I wouldn't do it until like right before bed, but I'm just gonna get it done now so I can relax for the rest of the day. I promise Grogu's light is on. You just can't really see it. It's not the same as those two UVBs. I'm obsessed with the way it looks in here when it's actually vacuumed. That's insane. But now I don't have any bullshit to prop you guys up on, so you're gonna get a shitty ass angle. Doing the usual. I was being productive, so I'm not out of water. Oh my god, Ghosty's out. Hi, Mr. Man. You guys literally never see Ghost because he's always hiding, but oh my god, beautiful boy, hello. I'm obsessed with him. Hi, Ghosty man, do you want to come out? Can I pick you up? Oh my god, that makes me so happy. I was literally so worried about him. I thought like something was wrong because he's never out. But when we went and picked him up, when my sister got him for me, the girl told us that like he's kind of derpy and he's not really very like fast. He doesn't really move around a lot. So I'm very shocked to see that he's out enjoying the world. So we're gonna put a hold on misting because I do want to get him out and bond with him for a second. This is Mr. Ghost's chance at the spotlight. I love this boy. I try to come in here and bond with him as much as I can. It like literally scared me seeing him there because he's never out. But he's a beautiful boy. And don't worry, like just because he is slow, like nothing's wrong with him. He's just naturally, that's his personality. I do keep an eye on him and I know what to look for, like when they're sick or not feeling good or when something's wrong, just because of like the research I've done. But he seems to be pretty lively this morning. I'm so glad you were out, Ghosty boy. I'm so happy. Okay, I'm gonna stop bothering him and let him do his thing while I mist. So I'm gonna put him back where he was and put his hide back in there as well. Ghosty, you wanna go home? Does you wanna go home? Time to go home. You know, I like to just let him off on his own terms so I don't hurt him. Oh my god, he's so pretty. I love you, Ghosty. Farewell. That was so unexpected. I did not expect him to be out and about when I got in there, but anyway, moving on. I'm gonna wait till he is out of the way and then I'm going to mist. He's headed back there. Oh my god, I love him. Anyway, I'm gonna stop simping over my gecko and give him some water. It's not good to mist them directly. I've said that before. So I'm gonna wait till he's out of the way to do that half. But I do want to reach in there and get a picture of him. Okay, he seems to be out of the way. So I'm just gonna open the other side real quick and mist over here. Obviously put that back like I always do. And I forgot to do this, so I'm just gonna mist in his humid hide. Okay, so I think that is gonna be it for this vlog. I'm very happy that you guys got to see Ghosty Man. Like I've said a million times at this point, he's never out. He's always underneath the same water bowl. So that was exciting to see him actually out and about. He's never really done that. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. I know it was on the longer side, but I am gonna end it here. I haven't been able to watch YouTube or TikTok basically for the last 5 hours. And I did all that cleaning with no entertainment. So I'm proud of myself. I love you guys. Like I always say, don't forget to always express what you're thankful for. Drink your water, take your meds, and if your posture's bad, fix it. And until next time, I will see you guys soon. Bye. Mwah.